Hey people, it is Monday, June the 10th. It is 4:10 in the afternoon and about 16 degrees Celsius. I'm currently on Tecumseh Avenue, or street, I'm not exactly sure, between Queen Street West and Richmond Street West. And I think once I get to Richmond right here, I'm going to start heading east along Richmond. And we'll head into the heart of downtown. And you can see the CN Tower is indeed that away, but we're not going to head to the tower itself. I think we're going to stick to Richmond as we make our way east into the financial district. I was just in the neighborhood with my sister and a friend. We went to a restaurant called Taroni on Queen West. And since I don't often record videos along Richmond Street here in this part of town, I thought what better time to get a look at some of these West End residential neighborhoods just on the edge of downtown. Eventually, though, things will build up and we'll get more in the core of downtown. Some nice old row houses here. Approaching Bathurst Street, so once we cross Bathurst, we'll enter what is officially downtown. And it does suddenly get a lot more built up after crossing Bathurst. Queen and Bathurst up there. I just did a recent walk all along Queen Street. I think you might have already seen that video by the time you see this one. few more row houses. That one has a machine gun on it. There's a cycle track here running along most of the length of the street, from the east side over here to the west side. And there's one on Adelaide Street also, going in the opposite direction. Portland Street. The Alex Wilson Community Garden, and that will take you over to Graffiti Alley if you walk through the garden, the famous Graffiti Alley. You can get up into Graffiti Alley through here as well. And the Waterworks Food Hall. I don't think the food hall has fully opened yet. I think it's still in development. That'll be another in a recent wave of food halls that have opened around the city. The most recent one that I've checked out on the channel is the food hall at the Well, called the Wellington Market. Here's Brant Street. Definitely a cooler feeling day today. When the wind kicks up, it's actually a bit on the chilly side. I'm still wearing just a t-shirt, but some people probably feel the need to wear a light jacket. And another way to get into Graffiti Alley. And coming close to the skyscraper core, things will suddenly get a heck of a lot taller once we cross Spadina Avenue. Maybe I'll try not to walk under this scaffolding here. And the giant thimble letting you know that we're in the fashion district. That's Spadina Ave. I guess I could have came across here actually. Maybe I'll cross here first. I kind of stopped to avoid the guy's music playing on the bike over there. We can continue on along Richmond here. Nice impressive view looking south. She mumbled something about why am I filming her? Don't worry, you're not the star of my show. I've always liked this little stretch of Richmond here with the old brick buildings and the sort of narrow nature of the street here. It sort of has a nice cozy hemmed in feel to it. And the spacing store. Toronto's city store. Some cool architecture. And looks like this old Victorian is either being renovated or prepared for demolition. I'm not sure which. It looks like they might be trying to reveal the old brickwork underneath the stucco. Crossing Peter Street. Maybe I'll stick to this side. I was thinking I would cross to the other side. That's the Picasso, that white and red condo tower. One of my more favorite recent additions to the neighborhood here. Mainly because it's not clad in blue or green glass. At least not above the podium here. Look without the trees blocking the way. And another neat view looking into the entertainment district. Lots of towers. Walking past the Scotiabank Cinemas, large multi-screen theater complex, but it's slated to be redeveloped here with a couple of new residential towers. I think the plan is to build a new theater as part of that development, but it won't be anywhere near the size of the current one. Maybe I'll cross back to the other side here at John Street. Jesus. There's the theater complex. Nice big outdoor space full of patios. It's slated to become a new city park. I think quite soon, actually, that development might be getting underway. It's currently called the Rendezvous. It's sort of a big outdoor event space. And that old Galber Brothers Limited sign, it's nice to see that they've preserved that. That sign is older than many of the buildings in the neighborhood around it. Duncan Street. And here's Yuck Yucks, stand-up comedy joint that launched the careers of many famous Canadian stand-up comedians. Simcoe Street. We're still parking the facade of this building here in the middle of Simcoe Street. It was moved over from the corner with Queen as they're preparing that building site to be where a new Ontario Line subway station will be located. You can see the other standing facade on the corner up there. So this one will be picked up eventually and brought back over to where it originally was when that new subway station starts to take shape. But for now, it's sitting right here in the middle of Richmond Street, or Simcoe Street at Richmond, I should say. At University Avenue.
So we go here.
Start coming into the financial district. The afternoon rush is underway now. This is the Four Seasons Performing Center for the Arts. We're currently walking past. This is the back side of it. It's not the most inviting from the pedestrian standpoint. At least you can see what shows are coming. York Street getting some streetcar tracks replaced. That's all part of the rerouting of the streetcars due to the closure of the Queen Street streetcar line since the Ontario Line subway has Queen Street all dug up, probably for the next 4 or 5 years at least. And another food hall here, the Chef's Hall. Quite a mix of old classic architecture and modern towers, all sort of jumbled together. In I think a pretty pleasing manner. I quite like the older skyscrapers, although they do get overshadowed by all the giant new modern ones all around them now. Across here. This is the Graphic Arts building. And that one is called the Victory Building. These older ones date from the early part of the 20th century to the 1920s for most of them. This is an alleyway I've never really explored before. I think that just leads over to Temperance Street. And we're at Bay Street. There's the Hudson's Bay Company store. Major downtown department store. And Saks Fifth Avenue also is located in the same building, just a bit further to the east towards Yonge. In Toronto, no sidewalk goes unobstructed. Hopefully they put the paving stones back in place when they finish this job here. And not just an asphalt patch job. And we're almost at Yonge Street. I think that's where I'm going to wrap up the walk. There's the Saks store. The Confederation Life Building on that corner. So I hope you enjoyed the walk along Richmond Street on the west side of downtown. Starting from Tecumseh, we made our way east into downtown, through the entertainment district, and through the financial district, ending here at Yonge Street. So I hope you enjoyed the walk on this Monday rush hour. Be sure to leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And also make sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. If you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store, or you can also support the channel by becoming a channel member, or by sending a super thanks if you prefer. And you can find me on Instagram also under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and thanks to all the channel members, and be sure to keep checking back, because as always, I will continue.